20 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. How hard is it to come in clutch like that when it matters most?
It's pretty hard, pretty darn hard. Being a big player, post player, I think he did such a great job. Just the composure with having 4 fouls and still contesting, had four blocks. I mean, he did such a great job. So
that supports you, to friendships that last a lifetime, to opportunities that prepare you for what's next in the field and in the classroom. The choice is yours. Say yes to SIU and to a future that you make your own.
It was an overtime thriller out at the State Farm Center with Deerfield's 1-point win, 49-48 over Canelan. They make their first ever state title appearance on Saturday. He's Avi Story. I'm Lauren with her. Avi, Jake Pollock, the senior forward for the Warriors, had an incredible game. Finished with 20 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. How hard is it to come in clutch like that when it matters most?
It's pretty hard, pretty darn hard. Being a big player, post player, I think he did such a great job. Just the composure with having 4 fouls and still contesting, had four blocks. I mean, he did such a great job. So
A lot of creativity is emotion. Things are flowing, then you're firing on all pistons.
Being able to envision something and being able to work with your husband to create that is really exciting and empowering.
People will be delighted by just how much of the selection that there is at Menards. It's definitely a one-stop shop.
You need, whether you're a weekend warrior or a daily professional. I have to use products that will last.
For a lot of my pieces, I need a variety of hardwoods.
Menards is my custom shop. Whatever I draw, they can produce. They've made it easy for me to get what I need for my customers.
I like the Menards lumberyard because it's stored inside, it's stored flat. Just the way they take care of their wood is second to none.
The kind of quality that you put into your work indicates the respect you have for the customer. But what is more satisfying is when I realized we didn't just do a countertop installation, but we added to their quality of life.
It's great to be able to work every day with your business partner, your co-parent, your best friend, and then see where that takes us on this journey in life.
Everything you do matters, and if I've got a positive effect on all these things, then I believe that's a life well lived.
I love what I do. I care about what I do. And so that's magical. There's always a sense of gratification, and that never gets old.
Standing back and seeing what we've created is really the payoff of the whole process.
There's always a place in this world for things that are well built that can be used for generations to come. It's a great feeling to know that I'm creating pieces that are incorporated in people's homes, in the spaces that they live in.
Being a maker is all about controlling your own destiny. It really, truly just feels limitless.
Dental and vision coverage through Delta Dental of Illinois. Get a plan that fits to a T.
Have a cough, sore throat, or fever, or need care now for pink eye, a urinary tract infection, or a rash? OSF On-Call Urgent Care is here to treat you. Get care in person, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. every day, even holidays, and walk out with a prescription for your care if needed. Make a reservation today or start a virtual visit 24/7. It's just that easy. Find a location near you. osfoncall.org/urgent care.
Every great team starts with trust, the kind of trust that builds over time. For 50 years, Country Financial has teamed up with IHSA in our communities. And for 100 years, we've protected you with insurance that does more. From the best times to the tough ones, a great team's got your back when it matters most. Thanks for your trust for 100 years. Here's to 100 more. Country Financial. Experience more.
Saying no doesn't make you boring. It makes you smarter. Make your own choices. Generation Lead, empowering athletes, inspiring leaders. For more information, visit generationlead.org.
Dental and vision coverage through Delta Dental of Illinois. Get a plan that fits to a T.
The second Class 3A semifinal game is on deck. It'll be East St. Louis against Leo. Avi, what are you expecting from this one?
Up-tempo, Leo, city kids, city school, Hyde Park area. I've seen them play it quite a few times, so I definitely see the high tempo, really getting out in transition, just really having some fun playing the game. So I think it's a much good one.
What do you need to see from East St. Louis?
Defense, stopping them, being able to stop their transition basketball. Other than that, rebounding the ball off of misses. I mean, they really have to do a good job off of defensive rebounds. If not, they're going to struggle in that play.
Winner of this one is taking on Deerfield, who just came up with a big overtime win over Caneland. We'll send it down to Marshall Harris and Kate Constable with Kalia Butler on the call at State Farm Center.
The IHSA, committed to keeping student athletes safe. Through educational initiatives and national partnerships, we're going the distance to develop safer protocols for our teams. Plus, we continue to improve scheduling and conditioning to reduce injuries from preseason through each state championship. "31 sports, 350,000 student athletes, and one goal, player safety. The IHSA, the future plays here."
Stock up and save big at Menards. All prices are value after rebate. Get an 8-pack of drywall sanding sponges for just $1.99. A bag of potting mix is only $3.49. Saving on Cascade washer detergent, just $5.29. A 40-pound bag of barbecue pellets is only $11.98. Hurry, these great deals won't last long. Sign up for Menards emails to get the weekly flyer, plus exclusive daily flash sales right to your inbox.
Save big money at Menards. Leaving home is a big step. At SIU, you'll find a home away from home, where you're encouraged to grow, a place that helps you discover who you are as a person, a student, a leader, and a future professional. Say yes to a community that supports you, to friendships that last a lifetime, to opportunities that prepare you for what's next in the field and in the classroom. The choice is yours. Say yes to SIU and to a future that you make your own.
Attention high school students. If you're tired of hearing the same old college debt story, we've got an exciting alternative for you. Join the Mid-America Carpenters Union and let your career dreams take flight. You can earn great pay, enjoy no-cost health insurance, and secure a stable retirement, all with no college debt and an elite career that's here to stay. It's time to build your future your way. Ready to carve your path to success? Contact the Mid-America Carpenters Union today to learn how you can unleash your potential.
Three more to go as our state tournament quadruple header continues to decide the 3A and 4A state championship finalists. Next up, it's East St. Louis against Leo to determine who will meet Deerfield Saturday for the 3A title. Hello and welcome back into State Farm Center alongside Kate Constable. I am Marshall Harris. For East St. Louis, this is old hat. This is something they're used to doing. They won the state title back in 2019. They were back downstate in 2023. Meanwhile, for Leo, you want to talk about making the most of a first opportunity. This is their first time downstate, but bigger than that, this is their first year moving up to 3A, and here they are, 2 wins away from a state title.
Yeah, we have a little bit of a David and Goliath matchup today with the smaller, little bit more inexperienced Leo team. They were in state in 2016 when they were in 1A. And meanwhile, East St. Louis, you mentioned it. This is nothing new for them. Third place finish in 2023, and they have an elite playmaker in Jamison White that's going to look to carry him to a state title game here this afternoon.
You say David and Goliath. I said they have a literal giant, 6'8" Penn State commit, Jamison White. Let's take a look at the keys to game brought to you by SIU Carbondale. Say yes to SIU.
For East St. Louis, prioritize those paint touches. Keep guys in front of him. Get in the paint so you can kick out for open shots, and then play free. Be in attack mode, inside out. 5 guys can handle the ball for Leo. Play their game. East St. Louis is really physical. They're going to beat you up, so need to stand their ground. And then speed and screen. Leo likes to play with 4 guards on the floor all the time. They kind of compare themselves to University of Illinois, which is the floor they're playing on today. So we'll see how that works out with them, with a guard-heavy team.
We come back with the starting lineups and the opening tip. It's the Flyers. It's the Lions for a spot in the 3A title game, and it's up next.
OSF Healthcare is proud to partner with the IHSA. With hospitals, outpatient clinics, urgent care facilities, and virtual care on demand, OSF Healthcare has many care options for you. Visit osfhealthcare.org to learn more.
This is the run my own business dream. This is the college is paid for dream. This is the retire early dream. This is Busey. where your dreams and possibilities become moments through trusted guidance and expertise, through lifelong relationships. Because we're here to help you achieve the life you've always envisioned.
In this place, strength means something different. It means us all being together. And doing our thing. For you. You can look all you want, but there's still no place like this place.
Every great team starts with trust. The kind of trust that builds over time. For 50 years, Country Financial has teamed up with IHSA in our communities. And for 100 years, we've protected you with insurance that does more. From the best times to the tough ones, a great team's got your back when it matters most. Thanks for your trust for 100 years. Here's to 100 more. Country Financial. Experience more.
The IHSA Boys Basketball State Finals are presented to you by OSF Healthcare. For starting lineups, let's turn it over to public address announcer Tim Sinclair.
Welcome to the 2026 IHSA Boys Basketball State Finals presented by OSF Healthcare. As our players and coaches wish each other good luck at half court, the IHSA Board of Directors and member schools expect and promote good sportsmanship by all athletes, coaches, students, parents, and spectators. We do request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Do what's right. Thank you. Now, please direct your attention for today's lineups presented by OSF Healthcare, the official healthcare partner of the IHSA. First, let's meet the reserves for the East St. Louis Flyers. A 6-foot guard, number 1, Duran Shane. A 6'4" guard, number 10, Amarian Jackson. A 6'3" guard, number 11, Dietrich Palmer. A 6'4" forward, number 12, Jameer Allen. A 6'2" guard, number 14, Rashawn Watson. A Randall. Oh. 10, junior guard, number 10, IHSA.
Resilience. Head coach Mark Chambers said that they had to fight through a lot of adversity this season, but that's what makes them who they are. They said that they thrive in adverse situations, and they're here to play their brand of basketball by playing free.
All right, let's take a look at the officials for this 3A semifinal. We'll get back to that in a moment. But we are all set to tip off a 3A state semifinal. Again, Leo coming up big as they fought their way through the Chicago Catholic White Conference with a 7-1 record. Meanwhile, East St. Louis from the Southwestern Conference, where they went 11-1 on the way to a 31-4 season. And East St. Louis, for much of the season, was the #1 team in the state. And now the Flyers can find out just how good they are against the top teams in 3A. Controlling the tip, and expect to see a lot of Jamison White in this one, Kate.
Yeah, this offense, everything on this team revolves around Jamison White with what he's able to do with the basketball in his hands. And you see right there already that rebound, the bounce that he has.
Drawing a foul, Asa Harris commits his first personal. Will be the first team foul against the Lions. So it'll be side out of bounds for East St. Louis. And again, Mark Chambers in his 9th season, he knows what success feels like here because they won it all in 2019. They were 3rd in 2023 in 3A. And Chambers, really a baseball player more than a basketball background, and White takes it strong to the cup in the soft lane. The question is, how is Leo going to slow him down?
That is the million-dollar question for today, just because of his size, speed, and athleticism. I mean, he looks like a Division I player, and that's why he's going to Penn State next year.
And back to Chambers, their head coach. He spent time in the Braves organization. So as a minor league baseball player, answering the other way quickly, though, Asa Harris says, I commit a foul on one end, but I'll make it up to you on the other.
Asa Harris, just a quick move, easy bucket there. As Alex Johnson takes that one to the hoop, unable to convert.
Now going baseline, Harris. Again, their leading scorer, Brian Kaiser, but he had a quiet super sectional game. And it was Harrison the like who kind of took over that game and getting here after getting the win on Monday night. 3 on the way and true. And Jeremiah Eccles, who's a guy who can spread the floor. He's a Homewood Flossmoor transfer. The defense, the rebounding, that's all trending up. But his primary role on offense is to stretch out a defense. Now a jumper in the lane coming up short as Phillip Jones can't hit. Harris pulls it down, and very loose and free for both these offenses in the early going. Bad turnover there, though, as Brian Kaiser, the intended target, had come out and looking that way, thinking his teammate was in position, but just a bad connection.
Yeah, miscommunication there by those two, and sometimes it happens when the amount of ball screens that Leo sets and curls and everything, you can have those miscommunications.
Soft touch, as you see there for White. And again, that million-dollar question may increase or decrease in value as this game goes on.
White's averaging about 20 points per game, about 12 rebounds per game, and shooting 50% from the field.
Looks like a college body out there at 6'8", not 6'8" in wire either. 3 on the way. Long rebound gathered that time by Johnson after Karan Shavers couldn't hit. Little contact, no whistle. Another 3 on the way. That's an air ball saved by White, who throws it off of Nate Stevens. And I'm not sure if that hit him in the face or that hit him in the chest. And White and Stevens talk about it and say, you know, that's just part of basketball. It does go right off of his face.
Good heads-up play by White, but getting hit in the head couldn't have been fun there for Stevens.
But you see the toughness of Stevens. He's back. No worse for wear. Trying to stick with White. Johnson averaging 17 points a game. Another 3 on the way from Terrion Webster. No. Loose ball picked up. Offensive rebound. Loose ball on the floor. Tie-up. And that tie-up is going to go the way of Leo.
You love to see the hustle on both teams early on in this game, getting on the floor, diving for those 50-50 balls.
A little bit of a slower pace game than what we just witnessed.
I feel like, yes, this is night and day compared to our first semifinal matchup, because that one was up and down. These two teams a little bit more content, walking the ball up the court and playing in the half court here.
East St. Louis 2 for 2 from inside the arc, but 0 for 3 from outside the arc. So here are the Lions. They've got a 1-point lead early. They haven't had problems getting good looks, but good defense that time from Phillip Jones. That's the second turnover for the Lions.
Alex Johnson forced that turnover. I mean, Coach told us, Coach Chambers said he just plays the game the right way, and he's always guarding the team's best player, doesn't allow them to get past him all that much, doesn't allow them to get to the basket.
Here's Johnson trying to create on offense, taking his man to the hole, but stripped. Picked up the loose change, however, thought about the jumper instead, but good defense by Shavers to stick with. Handoff. Open 3 for Jones. Instead, gets it back inside to White. He gets called for the foul inside. I believe it's going to be on Stevens. And no, it's going to be against Asa Harris. So that's the second foul on Asa Harris. You know he's getting a quick trip to the bench. Randall Orr will check in. He was impressive off the bench in that super sectional win.
And this Lions team goes about 8 deep, so they do have some depth to play with.
To the corner, a wide open 3 on the way, off the mark. The putback, no. Long rebound chased down by Webster. Here's White. Inside, gives way for another 3. Step back on the way from Johnson, in and out. Loose ball, and they're going to say stay here. That's a loose ball foul that will go against Jeremiah Eccles.
And that's
it's his first
4 offensive rebounds for East St. Louis so far.
East St. Louis showing you what they can do with the size. White up top. Here comes Jones. Leaves it for Johnson. Over halfway through this first quarter, low scoring so far. On the move is Jones. Looking to go baseline, sneaks in and gets around his defender, Brian Kaiser, lays it in and gives East St. Louis a 1-point lead. Here's the full court press. Getting through it. Randall Orr off the bench. Lions have not been taking that many opportunities. They're shooting 66% from the field, and nice take there and lay in good for Brian Kaiser. Make it 3 for 4, but the problem is East St. Louis, they've only hit 3 shots. They've had 11 attempts.
Yeah, I mean, the shot's not quite falling for East St. Louis, but they're getting good looks. Meanwhile, Leo, I mean, that's got to be the first bucket they've had in the paint today, so really struggling to get things inside.
Johnson denied, but able to gather it are his East St. Louis teammates. Here comes White. This is the matchup against, a lot of contact there against Stevens. See who they call for the foul. And that'll be a timeout. Leo so far holding their own against East St. Louis. It's the Lions up on the Flyers 7-6.
The IHSA Basketball State Finals are brought to you in part by Menards. Save big money on all your home improvement needs. And by SIU Carbondale. Say yes to SIU.
Leaving home is a big step. At SIU, you'll find a home away from home, where you're encouraged to grow, a place that helps you discover who you are as a person, a student, a leader, and a future professional. Say yes to a community that supports you, to friendships that last a lifetime, to opportunities that prepare you for what's next in the field and in the classroom. The choice is yours. Say yes to SIU and to a future that you make your own.
Get an 11% rebate on the last roof you'll ever need with steel roofing from Menards. Steel roofing provides your home with the best protection from wind, hail, and fire. Choose from 29 colors and enhance the appearance of your home. They're available in cut-to-length panels that cover a large area for a fast installation. Plus, get an 11% rebate on everything for your roofing project now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
How they got here is brought to you by SIU Carbondale. Say yes to SIU. Take a look at how East St. Louis arrived in Champaign. They went from winning games by 32 points and 18 points to a 2-point nail-biter against MacArthur. Meanwhile, for the Leo Lions, the Lions, in large part, cruising through this. They had a tough one, tighter one at least, against Hillcrest, but they handled Hyde Park pretty easily in a rematch of a game they lost to the Thunderbirds by 15 earlier in the season.
And in that super sectional game against Hyde Park had 17 offensive rebounds compared to Leo's just 7. Today, East St. Louis already 6 offensive boards.
Now White at the free throw line. In and out on that first attempt. And for Jamison White, he shoots just 56% from the line. Sean Watson will check in for East St. Louis. Second free throw also off the mark, tipped away, and then the putback, no. Phillip Jones got the offensive rebound, but couldn't get it to go, and now Stevens finally secures it. And the Lions will head up a point, try to add to it.
See what they can get going on offense here. One of their strengths is just the hot potato ball that they play. It never stays in any player's hands for all that long.
Thinking about the long three, that time was Eccles. They'll slow it down, bring it back out. Under 3 minutes to play in the first quarter. Kaiser on the floor, their best offensive player. See if they call that on the floor, and they will. But that foul will be the first team foul against East St. Louis. It's on Alex Johnson, his first. So it'll be out of bounds for the Lions. Shavers inside, nice cut. Good recovery, however, for Alex Johnson. Now, White on the move, trying to get it inside, leaves it short, but a foul's going to be called. If that's on Stevens, that's his second. It is on Stevens, so he will head to the bench, and that'll bring in the freshman, one of the top freshmen in the state, and Elon Henderson.
And for Stevens, you look at him picking up his second foul there. I mean, the size difference from White is pretty extreme, and so he's got his work cut out for him, doing the best he can to keep him in front, but when White's coming full speed ahead, that's a big train to be standing in front of.
So now Henderson, who has more height, but he's young. Elon Henderson, just a freshman at 6'8".
Coach Ridley told us he's going to be a top 50 player by the time he's a senior. He's got a lot of potential.
Henderson now on the floor, and they take a timeout, does Leo, to preserve possession of the basketball. Kate, it's interesting because Stevens, while he is only 6'2", he's thick.
He's got some size to him, yeah.
So
he's got that physicality.
He might match up better physically than a 6'8" guy like Elon Henderson.
Yep. Just being able to push back a little on Jamison White and make things more difficult for him. And White, I mean, if you look at what he's done today, I mean, yes, 2 of 3, but he's gotten pushed out of his position at times.
0 for 4 now from the free throw line. That's something to keep your eye on as this game gets deeper and deeper, because the option to foul someone. White has the ball in his hands often. But right now, Leo doesn't need to foul anyone because they're up and holding their own through the first 6 minutes of this game.
Yeah, they're doing a good job of, one, defensively, but two, just moving the ball on offense, attacking, kicking out, and trying to find the open player. That's what their offense is all about.
Now the Lions dealing with a full court press from East St. Louis. On the inbound, it's Eccles, gets it into Kaiser. Kaiser working against Terrion Webster. Webster, the 6'5" guard, and really they're just outsized across the board when you look up and down the starting lineup and even the bench players. Here's Kaiser, thought about it, 3 on the way, can't get it to go. White yanks it down.
White has quite the wingspan to grab those rebounds.
Here's Johnson, cut off that time by Kaiser, taken away though by Johnson, who goes up, gets the foul, gets the and one. East St. Louis steps in front and a chance to make it a 2-point lead with a 3-point play.
And that trap, that getting up in Leo's face in the backcourt, that's going to be tough for them to handle with how quick this East St. Louis team is in jumping into passing lanes and deflecting balls.
So that's the first foul for Orr. That's already 5 team fouls against Leo as 3-point play is successful. So Flyers have a 2-point lead. Eccles and company trying to find a way to beat this press. They've handled it with varying degrees of success early. Under 90 seconds to play here in the first quarter, 2-point game.
And it's always going to be a man-to-man press. East St. Louis does not press with zone hardly ever.
Setting a screen and now a 3 on the way and knocked down by Brandel Orr. Back in front goes Leo.
He's one of those players that just kind of creates havoc anywhere he goes and can knock down big shots. Leo, 2 for 4 from deep.
Here's Jones trying to get inside. Johnson, he's athletic, goes up, leaves it short, gets his own rebound, blocked away by Henderson that time. But guess who got the rebound? It's Jones. He loses it out of bounds. They say it stays with East St. Louis.
Take another look at this 3 ball here. The pass from Eccles and Brandon Orr steps in with confidence to drain that one from deep.
Inside, Johnson again. He has been attacking the paint, gets another foul call, and gets the bucket, a chance at another 3-point play for East St. Louis.
And now that's 2 fouls on Eccles as well.
10-2, East St. Louis outscoring Leo in the paint.
Rebounds also heavily in favor of East St. Louis, 12-5 right now. 9-0 in terms of offensive rebounds in favor of East St. Louis.
So now here up ahead, Orr almost across the timeline. Instead, they'll kick it back to Eccles to bring it up. Webster on him. They'll switch on the screen. Now Shavers. Kaiser. A lot of outside action. Kaiser trying to get to his spots. He's their best all-around player. Inside, great leave as White was over. And once White left Henderson put it up and in.
Yeah, great just reading up the defense there with White stepping over to help and a great dump-off pass for an easy bucket.
So a tight one so far here at State Farm Center in game number 2. 10 seconds to play. Webster back up top. It's Johnson. Swing it over. White will take a 3 from the corner off the mark. Henderson pulls it down. 2 seconds left. They can throw one up from half court and beyond. It goes front rim. Shavers can't hit, but it was close. Not as close as the score of this game, though. All knotted up at 12. East St. Louis and Leo. We're back with the second quarter after this.
The IHSA Basketball State Finals are brought to you locally in part by Ashley. Style begins at home. IBEW Local 134. Building careers, building the future. Chicagoland Roofing Council. Chicagoland's best value, best roofs all year long. Heat and Frost Insulators Local 17. Go green with Local 17. And by Finishing Chicago. For a great finish, start with finishingchicago.com.
Ashley's anniversary sale is going on now. Save up to 40% on anniversary steals like this bed, now only $4.99. Or you can buy now and pay over time with no interest until March of 2031 when you shop in store. Shop more deals in store or online, only at Ashley.
Is college not what you thought it was going to be? Here's an opportunity to work with your hands as well as your mind. Learn how to insulate mechanical systems in the industrial and commercial industries. With the Heat and Frost Insulators Local 17, you get to earn while you learn through our apprenticeship program. After 5 years, you'll finish with no debt, money in the bank, and you'll be on your way towards a pension. Scan the QR code and apply today, or visit our website to learn more.
When Chicago's most critical infrastructure needs power, they don't just call any electrician. They call IBEW Local 134. From the city's tallest towers to its most advanced data centers, the projects that matter most trust only IBEW Local 134. Because powering Chicago isn't just about wires and circuits, it's about people, safety, innovation, and the future of our city. We are the men and women of IBEW Local 134. We power Chicago with electrical excellence.
Better sleep starts at Ashley during our anniversary mattress sale. For a limited time, get a king for the price of a queen on select Ashley Sleep mattresses. Or you can snooze now and pay over time with no interest until March 2031 with no money down. Only at Ashley.
The road to Champaign is brought to you by Access Elevators, removing barriers, advancing independence. And check out East St. Louis, coming from way down state up to the State Farm Center to get here. Meanwhile, on the other side for Leo, from Chicago all the way down and trying to stay here through the weekend are both of these teams. Right now, it's a 12-12 ball game as we start the second quarter. East St. Louis, the number of sheer shots, the volume, it is eye-popping to understand they've taken 19 shots compared to just 8 shots for Leo, and Jameson White puts them in front.
Take that 20 shots for East St. Louis. Not quite as efficient as Leo, though, just shooting 26%. Leo, 5 of 8, 2 of 4 from deep, and they have 12 points, 7 from their starters, 5 off the bench, so some depth stepping in to help here.
Old zone being employed by East St. Louis. Trying to find a crack in it. Brendel Orr. Shavers gets it batted away, but they're going to say that's a foul. I believe it's going to go against Johnson. It is.
Talking about the disparity between the number of shots is East St. Louis has 9 offensive rebounds, so they're getting extra possessions, whereas Leo only 6 total rebounds.
That foul, by the way, was the second on Alex Johnson. Something to keep an eye on as he'll stay in the game for now. Kaiser over to Shavers. Elon Henderson will throw up a 3 and make it rain. So Leo back in front after the freshman comes off the bench. Comes up with a big corner 3.
That's a third 3 of the game.
Here's White inside. No way to stop him. Johnson gets the offensive rebound. Puts it back up. Can't hold on. Good rip that time by Orr. Up ahead. Kaiser looking to get in the lane. He's got an up and down, had a man open in the corner, Henderson on the other side. Instead, he gets rejected by a couple of blue jerseys. Now inside Watson, back out to Johnson. 1 point Leo lead. Here's Webster, leaving it. Inside, turnover, up ahead. Kaiser on the way. He'll lay it up and in. Leo back up by 3.
Great look by Shavers, knowing he had Kaiser streaking up the floor there for the easy transition bucket.
One way the Lions can get you is in transition. So if East St. Louis is unable to take care of the basketball, all these extra shots won't matter from early in the game. Johnson, full sidestep, steps inside, knocks down the J from 2. So Alex Johnson scoring at will here in the first half. He's got 8.
He had 21 points in the super sectional game to get his team here, averaging over 17 points per game, so he can really fill up a stat sheet.
Asa Harris back the other way for Leo, directing traffic. Webster out on him. Asa will get it back. Looking to back down Terrion Webster. Gets to his spot and set back out to Shavers. Shavers. Kaiser will throw up a 3. He's their best shooter and showing you why right there. Brian Kaiser has come out. They are 4 of 6 as a team from 3, and that's a big reason why they have a 4-point lead.
Meanwhile,
Johnson answers.
East St. Louis, I was going to say they were 0 for 6. They're now 1 of 7 from deep.
So Leo, as the East St. Louis press relents, a 1-point game. 3 minutes into the second quarter. Harris gets the screen from Henderson instead to kick it back out to Kaiser. And now another miscommunication, saved inbounds. No, he stepped on the line, and that's a turnover as Kaiser and Harris will talk things over.
And that is probably lucky for Leo that that ball did go out of bounds, because had he saved that, that was a one-way ticket to the hoop for Jamison Williams, who had the open fast break opportunity.
That would be a frequent flyer situation for East St. Louis.
Would.
So White been pretty quiet so far in this game. 6 points, but numerous attempts at the line. Turnaround jumper, no. Henderson pulls it down. Harris looking to push. Kaiser in transit. Gets stopped at the top of the key, and that's a reach-in foul that will go against Dietrich Palmer, who's just into the game.
Yeah, and Palmer just kind of didn't quite get his positioning right defensively and wasn't ready for the ball coming the other way, and that's why he had to reach to not allow his players to just blow by him.
Now here is Leo. 1-point lead. It's been neck and neck the entire way. Harris getting the screen from Henderson, attacking. Harris gets it back on the floor. Tried to throw it to Henderson, instead intercepted by Johnson. He has been everywhere.
Too many blue uniforms in the paint there to make that pass.
Now Orr on defense. Back up to White. They will get their marching orders from the head coach, Mark Chambers. Poked away, diving for it on the floor, trying to keep it alive, and does so is Shavers. Tripped up, though, is Kaiser. Up ahead, Johnson intercepted like a defensive back from Harris. And that pass tipped, but the referee did not see it. Dietrich Palmer had it, and then he didn't. And that is a timeout for us. Leo holding on to a 1-point lead over East St. Louis in the 3A state semifinal here at State Farm Center.
Tired of the same old routine? Ready for a career that's always changing? In the roofing trades, every day is a new adventure. Learn a skilled trade, earn competitive wages, enjoy great benefits and solid opportunities for career advancement. With starting wages and benefits above $50 per hour, you can earn while you learn. So, are you ready to climb to new heights? Learn and join the roofing trades today.
Keeping hotels and commercial properties up to date with the latest design trends is a constant challenge. Finding qualified contractors isn't at finishingchicago.com. We work with top designers and general contractors who use the latest techniques in painting, drywall finishing, wall covering, glass systems, and signage. Chicagoland relies on finishingchicago.com as its free resource to find quality finishing contractors. For a great finish, start with finishingchicago.com.
Welcome welcome back to Game 2 of the 3A semifinals here at State Farm Center. This is Leo's first time downstate since 2016, where they lost in the finals, and their first time getting here in 3A. Coach Ridley says this provides both a challenge and an opportunity. A challenge proving themselves in a higher division this season, but an opportunity for their small school of just 240 students to get exposure to the program, the players on the team who are looking to play at the next level, and bringing in future Lions.
Thank you, Kalia. So here's East St. Louis. 1 point deficit. Looking to work off the screen. Set back out to Johnson. Here's Jones for three on the way. Front rim it. Offensive rebound to be had, but instead snagged away by Shavers. He's on the run in the open court. Gets it knocked out of bounds from behind. They're going to say that's off of Shavers. Leo, by the way, in that super sectional win against Hyde Park, 5 of 15 today, 4 of 6, and 4 different players, 4 different Lions have made a three in this game.
They're shooting it really well from beyond the arc, 67% right now, which is one of the reasons they have the lead in this game.
Just a 1 point lead for the Lions. Johnson now inside. Here's the double team coming for Jamison White. Knocked away, but there to recover was Palmer.
Leo's done a really good job of just being scrappy when Jamison White touches the ball. They have a couple players just collapsing on him and trying to deflect anything before White can get it up in shooting position.
They've got 3 players with 2 fouls, although Asa Harris is the only one of those players that's in the game right now. You'll see him ease up there on that Phillip Jones spin move because he's aware he's playing with 2 fouls before the half.
And great spin move there by Jones just to go the other direction when he felt his defender on his right hip. He just dips it to the left and up and in.
Here are the Lions. Harris will take a 3 off the mark, pulled down by Jones. East St. Louis looking to push. Lions get back, cut off the ball. Johnson, though, will take a 3 from the top of the key. Around and down it goes. Alex Johnson, 14 points. And it's a 4-point Flyers lead, their largest of the game.
Johnson, the only 2 threes that East St. Louis has made coming from him as well.
This game has been played within an 8-point window. Now inside, trying to leave it for Stevens, who's back into the game. And they'll say, is that off East St. Louis? No, it is. Lions will retain possession. So here are the Lions. Kaiser gets it in to Harris. Under 2 minutes to play. 100 seconds remaining in the first half. East St. Louis, after a slower start, a lot of opportunities now with a 4-point lead. Kaiser will throw up a rainbow 3. Short. White, no problem ripping that down. Out to Johnson.
East St. Louis is going to set something up.
And an offensive foul called on Phillip Jones. For Jones, that's his first personal. Third personal foul against the Flyers.
Yeah, lowered that shoulder a little bit. Take another look here. Great job by Harris.
Standing his ground.
Yeah.
So Lions here, they need to get that offense back going, Kate. They have come up with some empty possessions of late.
And East St. Louis trapping out on the perimeter right now to try and make things difficult, but easy shot rather at the lane there. Couldn't get that one to fall.
So Shavers can't hit from the free throw line. Back inside, under a minute to play now. Wild pass, that goes back. It'll be an over and back whenever, if it's ever made contact with it, finally is. East St. Louis with the turnover.
That's the 6th turnover for East St. Louis. We've had a little bit of a sloppy first half here for both teams, combining for 13 turnovers between the two of them.
Leo has not scored in the last 4 minutes and 15 seconds.
5 of their turnovers coming in that span as well.
Now on the inbound, Harris going way back, going to chase it down. Back into the game is Jeremiah Eccles. So Eccles in the game, he's got 2 fouls. Also with 2 fouls, Harris and Nate Stevens.
Zone has been tough for Leo to crack and to find good opportunities for shots. That one there, a little forced.
So after Kaiser can't hit, White puts it on the floor, thinks better of it. Under 30 seconds to play. Will they hold for one shot? That's what Mark Chambers is holding up. I'm not sure if they saw him, but he's holding up the index finger. And now Alex Johnson will slow it down. Johnson's been the story of the first half. 14 points on 5 of 12 shooting. He also has 7 rebounds and an assist. Thought about the 3 and said we'll get it over. 5 seconds left. Johnson's going to have to put it up. Spinning in. Double pump fake 3 off the mark. And that's the way the half ends, off the Palmer miss. But it is an East St. Louis 24-20 lead over Leo.
Story of the first half, 3-point shooting for Leo, 4 of 8, 50%. But look at the shot attempts between these two teams. We talked about it earlier. 30 attempts from the field for East St. Louis, only 16 for Leo.
Let's go over to Kalia Butler. She's with East St. Louis head coach Mark Chambers. Kalia?
Coach, you took 30 shots in this first half. What have you seen from your shot selection?
We're getting pretty good looks. We missed a few free throws there. Just got to settle in a little bit better. I think overall we played well, but we'll make some adjustments here at half, and we'll see how it goes in the second half.
You're winning the offensive rebounding battle 11-0. How has that assisted in cleaning up the glass?
Yeah, I mean, that's one of our emphasis. Taking care of the boards, making sure that we win the board battle. And, overall, we're doing okay. I think we can do a better job of it, though, still.
Coach, thank you.
All right, thank you.
We'll be right back after this break. We'll send it over to our studio in Chicago.
In this place, strength means something different. It means us all being together. And doing our thing. For you. You can look all you want, but there's still no place like this place.
Saying no doesn't make you boring. It makes you smarter. Make your own choices. Generation Lead, empowering athletes, inspiring leaders. For more information, visit generationlead.org.
Attention high school students. If you're tired of hearing the same old college debt story, we've got an exciting alternative for you. Join the Mid-America Carpenters Union and let your career dreams take flight. You can earn great pay, enjoy no-cost health insurance, and secure a stable retirement, all with no college debt and an elite career that's here to stay. It's time to build your future your way. Ready to carve your path to success? Contact the Mid-America Carpenters Union today to learn how you can unleash your potential.
The IHSA, committed to keeping student athletes safe. Through educational initiatives and national partnerships, we're going the distance to develop safer protocols for our teams. Plus, we continue to improve scheduling and conditioning to reduce injuries from preseason through each state championship. 31 sports, 350,000 student athletes, and one goal, player safety. The IHSA, the future plays here.
It's halftime of the Class 3A semifinal game. East St. Louis leads Leo 24-20. Welcome inside our Chicago studios alongside Executive Director of the Chicago Sky Foundation, Avi Story. I'm Lauren Withrow. Avi, the Flyers end this first half on an 8-0 run. Let's take a look at these highlights real quick, starting with the Lions. Shavers.
Love it. Driving kicks. And you knock those 3-point lines all the time.
That one drained by Henderson. They went up 15-14. Now Alex Johnson with the pump fake.
Hey, mid-range shots are still effective.
Now Phillip Jones with the spin move.
I love this reverse pivot. Like that is in player development. You should really appreciate.
The Flyers with that 8-0 run to end the first half really picked things up offensively. They were dominating the boards in the first half as well. What was the biggest catalyst to that run we just saw?
Yeah, that run was based off of them building a wall, really stopped them from their transition. And they did such a great job in that. And then from that, they just went on offense and just got to the basket. 11 offensive rebounds. Like that right there, they used their size and took advantage of that.
There have been 8 lead changes in this game so far. What do the Lions need to lean into to come out on top at the end of this one?
Defensive rebounds. I think I said that in the beginning of the game. They need to have defensive rebounds and really stop East St. Louis from second-chance shots. So if they can get a control on that and continue to try to knock down shots and control the tempo, I think we'll see a different half.
The leading scorer in this game so far, Flyers senior guard Alex Johnson has 14 points, 7 rebounds, has been playing lights out. Right now, the Lions trying to come from behind. More from our halftime show right on the other side of this.
Ashley's anniversary sale is going on now. Save up to 40% on anniversary steals like this bed, now only $4.99. Or you can buy now and pay over time with no interest until March of 2031 when you shop in store. Shop more deals in store or online, only at Ashley.
Attention building and facility managers. Did you know mechanical insulation around a building's heating and cooling system is a vital resource? Insulation protects from energy loss, physical damage, and pays for itself quickly. For more than 125 years, the contractors of Heat and Frost Insulators have helped build healthier, greener, and more efficient facilities. Hire the best. Scan the QR code for a list of contractors with the Heat and Frost Insulators Local 17 or visit us at local17insulators.com.
Welcome to Marquette. We're going to have
When you arrive ready for something good, you'll leave connected to something greater. Marquette University.
Come celebrate with us at Ashley's anniversary sale. Take home the season's top styles with up to 25% off your entire purchase. Or you can buy now and pay over time with no interest until March of 2031 when you shop in store. Shop more deals in store or online, only at Ashley.
This summer, Chi-Town is Sky-Town, and Chicago Sky basketball is on the U.
East St. Louis leads Leo by 4 at the half of this 3A semifinal game. Winner taking on Deerfield, which came up with a big overtime win. It was a 49-48 final score over Canelan. Avi, we got to relive some of those moments. And that was just such an incredible game. First one of the day going into overtime. Senior forward Jake Pollock for Deerfield finished with 20 points and 7 rebounds.
Yeah, he did a great job. Ran into the court. I mean, block shots. I got to get a shout out to Hassan. He played a heck of a game. He's a junior. I think going into his senior year, he'd be perfect, right in a great situation to find a school to go to. But overall, battle of the bigs. I really like that in that game, that last game, because I'm 6'6", but I can appreciate our bigs. So great job to the both of them, but Deerfield knocked it out.
Deerfield also got a big boost from freshman guard Drew Sherman, who came off the bench and put up some massive points. And it's crazy because Canelan came into this game undefeated. Right. Deerfield was 24-11. What a performance by them to pull that one off. So Deerfield punching its ticket to tomorrow's state title game for the first time ever. And they'll be facing the winner of this one, East St. Louis against Leo. There's the points leader right now for the Flyers, Alex Johnson with 14.
Get an 11% rebate on everything when you shop at Menards. Pittsburgh's Ultra Interior Paint and Primer in One provides a durable, washable finish. A gallon starts at a value of $17.79 after rebate. Give your walls the most advanced protection with Paramount Interior Paint. It's scuff, scrub, and wear resistant, and delivers true one-coat coverage. Pick up a gallon of Paramount Interior Paint starting at a value of $39.99 after rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Leaving home is a big step. At SIU, you'll find a home away from home, where you're encouraged to grow, a place that helps you discover who you are as a person, a student, a leader, and a future professional. Say yes to a community that supports you, to friendships that last a lifetime, to opportunities that prepare you for what's next in the field and in the classroom. The choice is yours. Say yes to SIU and to a future that you make your own.
When you're walking in your purpose and when you're walking in what you're meant to do, things just feel different.
I need to be there to make everybody else's job easier.
We all come with different experiences and that we have to collaborate with one another.
When I leave, I might be exhausted, I might be drained, but it felt like I moved the needle.
Learn what leadership looks like when we lead together.
Want a great career? Join the Carpenters Union and be part of the next generation building our communities. With the Carpenters Union Career Connections program, high school students get a head start on the industry's leading curriculum. Learn the latest in construction technology and the many skilled crafts the Carpenters Union represents. Plus, earn as you learn. Receive a nice paycheck, health insurance benefits, and best of all, no college debt. Ask your school district to participate in the Career Connections program and get started on your future.
Time now for the Menards halftime stats. Save big money on all your home improvement needs. Flyers really dominating the glass here, Avi.
Yeah, they did a great job. Really staying consistent with that, with their size. They have size advantage. So if they can continue to do that, I really see a great opportunity for them to finish out this game.
All 5 of East St. Louis's starters above 6 foot, highlighted by Jameson White at 6'8", 11 offensive rebounds for the Flyers in the first half.
Have a cough, sore throat, or fever, or need care now for pink eye, a urinary tract infection, or a rash? OSF On-Call Urgent Care is here to treat you. Get care in person, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. every day, even holidays, and walk out with a prescription for your care if needed. Make a reservation today or start a virtual visit 24/7. It's just that easy. Find a location near you. osfoncall.org/urgent care.
Have you said yes to being an organ, tissue, and eye donor? It's a powerful decision to give life to others when you're gone. Today, we cheer for Maddie, her family, and all those who say yes to donation. You have the power to save and enhance lives. Sign up today at donatelifeillinois.org. That's donatelifeillinois.org. And say yes to being a donor.
At Access, our focus is on you. Let your home be your refuge by adapting it to your specific needs, in your home or in our showroom. We will listen to your needs because we genuinely care. We will help you find the best solution, whether it is stair lifts, elevators, bathroom modifications, platform lifts, or ramps. No obstacle is too hard to overcome. From our thorough installation of equipment, we want your experience to feel specially tailored to your needs. Begin your journey with Access and call us at one of our tri-state locations for your free assessment.
Back here at State Farm Center, East St. Louis, a 24-20 lead over Leo in this 3A semifinal. Let's go to Kalia Butler, who's standing by with head coach Jamal Ridley of Leo. Kalia?
Coach, you shot 50% from the field. How have you been able to score efficiently?
Well, we just wanted to space them out. They're really, really big, and they do a lot of pressure. So by spacing them out, it created some driving lanes for us. So we just wanted to create some space to give us some room to operate.
You have 3 players with 2 fouls. How can you stay out of foul trouble in the second half?
Rebound. A lot of our fouls that we're getting are all offensive rebounds. So if we rebound the first miss, we don't run into that trouble.
Coach, thank you.
Thank you.
Marshall, back to you.
All right, thank you, Kalia. A 4-point lead. It's kind of amazing that East St. Louis is only up by 4 when you look at several key factors, one of them being that Leo has yet to shoot a free throw in this game. Another one being they've been out-rebounded in this game so far, 19-9, 11 offensive rebounds. Leo doesn't have a single offensive rebound in this game. But Leo's got the ball to start this third quarter. Marshall Harris, Kate Constable with you. Almost a turnover, saved by Eccles. Several Lions also with 2 fouls to start this third quarter as well, Kate.
Yeah, and that's why the bench has come into play here quite a bit. That one misses the mark. 8 bench points compared to none for East St. Louis. So some depth being a factor here for Leo.
Offensive foul called on Jameson White. And for White, that's his first personal, team's first as well. Nate Stevens showing you that physicality. He gives up 6 inches to White as far as height goes, but they're built similarly as far as just the strength and the physicality.
Yeah, and for East St. Louis, I mean, Johnson and White, the two-man game between them, they have 20 points combined, which is as many as Leo has, or I should say had after that one goes.
Kaiser with a big jumper to start the scoring here in the second half. Back down to a 2-point game. Flyers, most of their damage being done by Alex Johnson. He's got a game-high 14 so far. Jones on the wing hits White, looking to take advantage of the height matchup, but he's out on the perimeter. Here's Johnson. Shavers on him. Quickness on quickness. Now physicality leaning into it, and a travel is called. Johnson trying to get the foul there, but too many steps.
It's the 8th turnover for Leo, 8 for East St. Louis right now. We're going to get a quick timeout coming out of the half. Take another look here. Great defense. And the turnover.
Mark Chambers having a conversation with Alex Johnson about what he has seen transpire after the first couple of possessions. Leo, the longer they hang around, the more they believe they can win it. I'm not saying they didn't believe they couldn't win this game to start with.
Oh, no, not at all. I mean, this team has believed all season long that they were worthy of a trip to the state's tournament. And, I mean, Coach Ripley told us that at the beginning of the season, you know, how many miles it is from Leo High School to the State Farm Center. It's 126.1. So in their conditioning prior to the season starting, they all ran 126.1 miles to get ready for this season, and kind of further prove the point that you can get down here.
Not in one setting, though.
Not in one setting.
Okay.
No.
Just making sure.
I mean, I hope not.
Just clarifying for the audience. No, he was very clear. Oh, no. We didn't run them all at the same time. He's saying over the course of conditioning for several weeks, they ran 126.1 miles.
Kind of just keeps their mind on the main goal from the start of the season, and that's to get to State Farm Center where they are right now.
Also for Leo, Karon Shavers has 0 points in this game. He had 22 points in Monday's super sectional win over Hyde Park. 9 of 11 from the field, 3 of 5 from deep. So he has yet to make an impact on the offensive floor for the Lions. Working it inside in the nice backdoor cut. And Jeremiah Eccles pays it off. It's a tie ball game at 24 apiece. And I know Mark Chambers is wondering, how was he that open? Inside in the finish, the lob over Stevens just out of his reach. And Jameson White pays it off in a big way. He's got 8.
And same thing could be said on that possession as how was White so open. The difference is White has the size to go up and get those balls.
8 points and 8 rebounds for White so far. 3-pointer, top of the key. No for Harris. White pushing back the other way. He's got 9 rebounds now, closing in on a double-double. Here's Phillip Jones making his way and paying it off. So right back to a 4-point lead for East St. Louis.
Trading buckets here to start this third quarter.
Here's Harris, being guarded by Jones. Gets a screen from Stevens. Gets to a spot, has to give it back out to Shavers. Again, Kaiser, their leading scorer on the season. He's got 9 points at the half. Now Harris gets to the free throw line, back out. Kaiser thought about the 3. Working now on White. And Lions can't seem to quite get into the painted area.
No, but this is what Coach Ridley was talking to Clea Butler at the half about, of trying to penetrate, trying to get in there in order for some kickouts. It's just those long arms for East St. Louis, as we just saw there, makes it kind of tough for some of those kickouts to be available.
Harris got in trouble on the drive baseline. Couldn't get it past the host of blue jerseys. So he's trying to get it out to Kaiser. And now Shavers, nice pass inside and laying it up and into Stevens. What a great job there after initial contact. Kaiser stayed with it. It was almost like a premeditated pass. I'm just going to hit the spot and hope that Kaiser's there. And now it's back down to a 2-point lead. So good teamwork there by the Lions. The screen, the screener, and then the finish inside after the pass.
Yeah, great execution from the out-of-bounds play.
Here's Jones. Nate Stevens trying to front Jameson White. Gets the screen. Now working against Eccles, spinning inside. Nice finish at the rim. Back out to a 4-point lead for East St. Louis.
Jones just puts the moves on Eccles there. Eccles has done a pretty good job of keeping his player in front of him, but that one just too quick from Jones.
20 points in the paint for East St. Louis compared to just 10 for Leo. Here's Eccles trying to fight his way inside. Cut off by Amarion Jackson, who's just into the game. Shavers step back, affected that time by Johnson. Up ahead. Wild pass. Back out. Jones looking for the screen instead. Keeping up with him quickness-wise for the moment is Harris. Good defense by the Lions, as it has been throughout this game, despite giving up several inches if you go up and down the lineup. Lions still within striking distance. Johnson trying to shake Shavers. He's not buying it.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of kind of one-on-one play here, and that's where Coach Chambers said it's one of the weaknesses of his team is when they get into that action. That one there, a good pass from Jamison White over to
Jackson. Amarion Jackson will shoot 2 free throws when we return. East St. Louis up by 4 over Leo in the second 3A semifinal.
Come celebrate with us at Ashley's anniversary sale. Take home the season's top styles with up to 25% off your entire purchase. Or you can buy now and pay over time with no interest until March of 2031 when you shop in store. Shop more deals in store or online, only at Ashley.
Is college not what you thought it was going to be? Here's an opportunity to work with your hands as well as your mind. Learn how to insulate mechanical systems in the industrial and commercial industry. With the Heat and Frost Insulators Local 17, you get to earn while you learn through our apprenticeship program. After 5 years, you'll finish with no debt, money in the bank, and you'll be on your way towards a pension. Scan the QR code and apply today, or visit our website to learn more.
Better sleep starts at Ashley during our anniversary mattress sale. For a limited time, get a king for the price of a queen on select Ashley sleep mattresses. Or you can snooze now and pay over time with no interest until March 2031 with no money down. Only at Ashley.
Are you on the mascot?
Welcome back to the 3A state semifinals. East St. Louis up by 4 over Leo. East St. Louis's season took an unexpected turn when a burst pipe flooded the gym floor. That forced the team to finish the regular season on the road while practicing in other gyms across campus. It also meant losing their senior night at home, and this roster has 5 of them. Instead, the Lions celebrated their seniors at Southeastern Illinois College, which Coach Chambers said they still really enjoyed. But he also said that's just part of the adversity they've gone through this season and what has made the Flyers who they are.
Thank you, Kalia. That's the first miss of Amarion Jackson's season from the free throw line. He came in 5 for 5 from the stripe. Chance to stretch this lead out beyond 4. He hits the second free throw. 5-point lead, largest of the game for East St. Louis. 31-26. Again, this game has been played within a 9-point window. Lions have led by as many as 4. East St. Louis up by 5, and a timeout taken as Kaiser feeling the pressure from the trap.
this Leo team averaging just over 55 points per game, and right now only 26, but are holding a good East St. Louis team to only 31.
This is game 2 of our state finals quadruple header. We've already seen a barn burner as Deerfield takes down previously undefeated Kalen 49-48 in overtime. This game tied as well, 5-point contest, and then it's the heavyweights 4A beginning at 2:30 with Marison York. Bennett Academy 35-1 taking on DePaul College Prep. That's the one that I'm going to have my popcorn out for, Kate.
That one's going to be really good. 4 combined losses between the two teams. 67 wins.
Is that a lot of wins?
That's a lot of wins on the season for those two teams.
Here's Asa Harris. He is the engine to the team, gives way to Kaiser. Now Brendel Orr into the game. Uses the screen to go straight to the basket, swung around nicely. Shavers had a look, almost a pick and run. Could have been a pick 6, or at least a pick 2, I guess, for Jackson, who's giving them some real good energy off the bench. He's just a freshman, the 6'4" guard, getting a big-time opportunity here in the state finals.
I mean, he's playing hard and making the most of the minutes that he has received here today, and showing his coach maybe why he should be putting the game a little bit more.
Kaiser can't hit. Put back no from Stevens, who came flying in. A missed opportunity on the rare offensive rebound. In fact, that's the first offensive rebound of the game. Now White can't get the pass. Harris has got some people coming with him. And that, he draws the foul, and Jones can't believe it. Thought he had a clean block. If I'm Jones, I'm just letting White come behind me and clean up the mess.
That's what I thought was going to happen. You have White trailing, ready to block that one.
And for Harris, this will be his first free throw. In fact, first free throw of the game for Leo. They went the entire first half without shooting a foul shot.
Which is kind of crazy that, I mean, this is the first for Leo. And then you look at the other stats that we've kind of been hammering home is the rebounding, the offensive rebounds, the second chance points. But yet, Leo only down by 5 right now.
Both shots knocked down by Harris, who came in.
Seeing a little bit of pressure here from the Lions, picking up at the midcourt line, trying to make life just a little bit more difficult. That was pretty easy, though, getting that one inside to White.
Looks like that's going to be a foul and 2 shots for Jamison White. And you know what? If you're Leo at this point of the game because you're down, hammering White seems like a good option. He's 0 for 4 from the line. He's 56 on the season from the charity stripe.
Yes,
make him earn it.
As long as you're not getting some of your star important players in foul trouble with 3-4 fouls, might as well try and make White earn a couple at the charity stripe.
Checking out is Nate Stevens. Stevens has 2 personals along with Asa Harris. Also, Eccles has 3 personal fouls as well. So that was the one make. Still a 4-point game. 1 for 6 is White in this game. Kaiser's got a wide open look from 3. Can't get it to go. White brings it down. Or tried to poke it loose. Could not do it. Now Jackson, Euro stepping into the lane. No call. Put back up and in from Johnson. Alex Johnson continues to be a thorn in the side of the Lions. 16 points for him.
And I love the attacking mentality by Jackson, despite not getting that one to go.
Shavers thought about the 3. Kaiser been off the mark lately. Into the lane, can't get it to go. Rebound falls the way of Jackson. He's looking to push. He'll wait for his teammates. Jones over to White. He'll think about the 3, shoot the 3, short on the 3. Loose ball, tried to save it in bounds, and it will stay with St. Louis. As a nice diving attempt that time by Ward, could not keep it in play for the Lions.
Feels like East St. Louis has kind of started to speed things up a little bit, both in transition and then just with their offense. The ball movement is moving so much quicker and crisper than we saw in that first half.
Eccles back into the ball game, or will step aside. East St. Louis 4 for 5 from the field this quarter. A little contact up top, but Jones comes down with it. Harris guarding him. And now Jones, nice behind the back dribble, left for White. Comes up short on the dunk attempt, goes back up, and this time he gets fouled by Shavers.
And then White is just beside himself that he missed that dunk here.
Front rimmed it.
Yeah, just didn't get enough bounce there, but great pass by Jones.
Went up, and then he gets fouled by Shavers. That's a 13 foul for Leo. Again, 1 for 6 from the stripe so far. And again, they're going to run out of players who have fouls
exactly
to expend on it. But if it's White getting a dunk or a layup versus White going to the free throw line, you send him back there at this point. He's 1 for 7.
And I mean, White's a good shooter, shooting 50% from the field. Granted, a lot of those are probably very close to the basket where he has that size and strength advantage, but he's also a 40% three-point shooter, so he can step out and knock those down from deep as well.
White, 10 points, 12 rebounds, so he already has a double-double here with 1:16 left in the third quarter. Largest lead of the game, though, for East St. Louis, up by 7. Playing the passing lane perfectly is White. Going up strong, losing it. Jackson on the putback, and he gets it to go. 9-point lead, and now East St. Louis starting to fly away from the Lions.
And those second chance points, so important for East St. Louis. 12-0 in that category, and now it's been a 4-minute scoring drought for the Lions.
3 on the way for Henderson, who comes up with a big 3 from the corner. That cuts the lead back to 6. Under 40 seconds to play. Henderson's got 8 off the bench. East St. Louis happy to hold for a final shot. Up by 6. They've led by as many as 9. Timely bucket for Elon Henderson. 6'8" freshman making an impact here in the biggest game of the season so far for both these teams.
And now the crowds are coming alive. East St. Louis crowd getting into it.
White's got the ball in his hands, under 10 seconds to play. Looking to create, gets stripped. Harris comes away with it. From beyond half court, he could have taken another dribble. It comes up short, but good defense on the final possession for Leo. They're down, but certainly not out. East St. Louis heads to the fourth quarter of the 3A state semifinal game with a 37-31 lead.
Tired of the same old routine? Ready for a career that's always changing? In the roofing trades, every day is a new adventure. Learn a skilled trade, earn competitive wages, enjoy great benefits and solid opportunities for career advancement. With starting wages and benefits above $50 per hour, you can earn while you learn. So, are you ready to climb to new heights? Learn and join the roofing trades today.
When Chicago's most critical infrastructure needs power, they don't just call any electrician. They call IBEW Local 134. From the city's tallest towers to its most advanced data centers, the projects that matter most trust only IBEW Local 134. Because powering Chicago isn't just about wires and circuits. It's about people, safety, innovation, and the future of our city. We are the men and women of IBEW Local 134. We power Chicago with electrical excellence.
Keeping hotels and commercial properties up to date with the latest design trends is a constant challenge. Finding qualified contractors isn't at finishingchicago.com. We work with top designers and general contractors who use the latest techniques in painting, drywall finishing, wall covering, glass systems, and signage. Chicagoland relies on finishingchicago.com as its free resource to find quality finishing contractors. For a great finish, start with finishingchicago.com.
What was that?
Oops. My bad.
You wouldn't have a clown on your SWAT team. Just like you wouldn't have anyone but Morgan & Morgan handle your injury case. With over $30 billion recovered for our clients, there's a reason to go big.
We'll get them next time.
Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Back with the assist of the game, brought to you by Donate Life. Say yes to being an organ, tissue, and eye donor. What a dime drop to here by Brian Kaiser to Elon Henderson.
Yeah, just a little whoop across the lane there. Henderson finishing with that one. That's his first non-3 of the game, was that bucket right there.
So that's the assist of the game. Meanwhile, back to action. Up by 6 to start the fourth quarter, and a foul's going to be called on Elon Henderson. That'll be his first team foul.
Henderson's been great today. He's been perfect from the field and from deep. 3 of 3 from the field, 2 of 2 from beyond the arc.
Here's White, the top of the key. Being checked on the inside and leaving a man open, but it's a long shot. White, though, with the offensive rebound, trying to go back up on Henderson. He gets the block, and now a held ball. It'll go back to Leo if that's the case. And it is.
White just has so much size, and then that bounce when he goes up for the rebound and extends those arms, he covers so much space. Just couldn't get the putback to go, and that's kind of been the story for him. He's at 13 rebounds today, but just 4 of 11 from the field. A lot of those little bunnies that he couldn't convert.
Jackson almost got a screen instead. Harris almost lost his footing. Henderson's going to throw up another three. That one is off the mark. Skying for the rebound is Chambers. Another three on the way. Eccles can't hit. Another long rebound. 3 white jerseys chasing it, crashing into the bench, but unable to preserve the possession for the Lions.
No, but talk about the hustle and fight there. I mean, they wanted that basketball. You saw all 3 jerseys, 3 white jerseys going over there. Where was anyone in blue to be found?
1 for 7 for threes this half is Leo, and Henderson with a little limp as he gets up. He probably took the worst of that, crashing on top of not only his teammates in the game, but his teammates on the bench as well.
Yeah, that can't have felt good for any of those 3 or the players on the bench.
They're getting some towels out to clean up some of the moisture that was spilled over there, both on the court and on the sideline. So 7:13 remaining, a 6-point game. East St. Louis has just not been able to create much separation from Leo. They led by as many as 9 to the Flyers. But Leo able to hang around. 7 straight wins by the Lions. They've won 18 of 20 since that pivotal 15-point loss to Hyde Park during the regular season. Inside, Jones gets the contact from Harris and pays it off. Potential for a 3-point play as Jones now has 10 points.
Take another look here. Driving to the bucket. Jones, just a little hang time in the air. Great body control as well to get that one to fall.
Jones knocks it down. 3 players in double figures now for East St. Louis. Leo still looking for their first double-figure score. Kaiser's got 9. He's the closest one there. Dillon with the trap. Eccles puts it on the floor. Henderson almost lost it. He'll throw up another 3. That one is strong, so he's missed his last 2 after making the first 2. And now Jackson on the move. He goes behind his back to get it across. White, 9-point lead, largest of the game for East St. Louis.
This feels like a pivotal next minute here for Leo if they want to hang in this game and not allow the East St. Louis lead to build any more as Jones puts 2 more on the board.
He's got a baker's dozen. Timeout taken by Leo head coach Jamal Ridley. They will talk it over, down by double digits for the first time all day. If you're Jamal Ridley, the message to your team, I mean, they've been able to hang around, Kate, but
got to get some stops.
On paper, the talent is great on East St. Louis. We're talking about Division I Power 4 scholarship players, whereas Jamal Ridley has talked about the fact that, you know, they're focused more on the process all season long, and they focus more on that than the end result. But the end result they want here is a win, and they've got a lot of work to do and not much time to do it now with under 7 minutes to play.
No, now this is go time for Leo, and it doesn't mean just launching shots from deep. It's still getting good looks and smart shots, but you got to go a little bit quicker. Then you have to start getting some stops on the defensive end. But you're right, they do talk a lot about the process at Leo and not so much about winning and losing. Coach Ridley, a big fan of Nick Saban, so he took that quote or that mantra of talking about the process and getting here from Saban. The process continues for the next 7 minutes, and it starts on the offensive end here for Leo as they look to get a bucket and stop this 5-0 run here in the fourth quarter by East St. Louis.
Mark Chambers' team again, they won the 3A title back in 2019. They were back here in 2023 when they lost in the semifinals and then won the third place game. But they're trying to avoid playing later on today. They want to play on Saturday. Kaiser inside, and he gets fouled. See if that's on the floor. I believe it will be. That foul goes against Alex Johnson. That's his 3rd foul. Team's first here in the fourth quarter. So now looking to get inside. Way out to Harris in the back court. Up ahead, Kaiser. And he's got 9 points, the leading scorer. Getting into the lane. Trying to turn around. Step through, no, he'll get it out to Harris.
The defense for East St. Louis, just watch how many blue uniforms have at least a foot in the paint anytime someone's driving.
Now here's Kaiser, lost his dribble, lost his footing, and he lost the ball on the turnover. It's a travel.
Trying to do just a bit too much there.
Each team with 10 turnovers now. And East St. Louis, they're going to deal with a press from Leo, tapped away by Shavers, but out of bounds. It will stay with the Flyers.
And I mean, I like that by Leo, is picking up now full court and putting some of that pressure on East St. Louis to have to go 94 feet.
Now getting it in, Jones. Shavers on him. Jones got the last 5 points for East St. Louis. Trying to dribble, tipped away, but able to recover as Jackson into the lane. Travel. Good defense that time from the Lions.
Jackson just one too many steps on that. He kind of got ahead of himself, a little too quick with the feet before he put the ball down.
Leo 28-6 on the season. Now Harris will pick it up and bring it across half court where the trap awaits him. Gets it ahead to Eccles. Eccles to Kaiser. Puts it on the floor this time. Baseline jumper on the way. Too strong. Pulled down by Webster. He gets it over to Jones. Leo still looking for its first points of the fourth quarter. East St. Louis has outscored them 5-0, and that handiwork is all by Alex Johnson. Or excuse me, Phillip Jones.
And East St. Louis content, just taking their time now, milking a little bit of the clock.
Jones on the move. 3 on the way. Too strong. White offensive rebound. Reaching in was Shavers, and Kayron Shavers will get the personal foul. That will be the third team foul against Leo here in the fourth.
Those offensive rebounds have just been a killer for Leo, or I should say lack thereof, the defensive rebounds for Leo, allowing so many second chance opportunities for the East St. Louis team.
They'll throw it in. Amarion Jackson playing big minutes today. The freshman. Worked over to Johnson. He's the game high with 16. Time just continues to run off the clock. Jones looking to go to work. He's got the last 5 points, and a reach-in foul is going to be called on Kaiser. And for Kaiser, that's his second. Team's fourth, though, so now at the line. That's where East St. Louis will be headed from here on out off the foul. Alley-oop, just over the reach of Stevens. Alex Johnson pays it off.
And you love just that little no-look inbound pass from Jones. He was looking the complete opposite direction, caught Leo off guard.
Floated the other way off glass and good for Harris. Much-needed bucket. Timeout taken.
First bucket of the fourth quarter for Leo.
So Jamal Ridley calls a timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. East St. Louis up by 11 with 4:14 to play here in the boys basketball 3A state final.
Country Financial is proud to partner with the IHSA. Worry less and feel more confident with insurance designed to meet your specific needs. Visit countryfinancial.com to experience more today.
Dental and vision coverage through Delta Dental of Illinois. Get a plan that fits to a T.
Credit Union One, proud banking partner of the IHSA, offers the best of everyday banking. CU1 members gain access to competitive products like high-yield checking, dedicated financial wellness resources to help you build a strong foundation for the future, and nationwide access through 24/7 digital and mobile banking, and an expansive network of 130,000 ATMs from coast to coast. Discover better banking for all at CU1.com.
Dental and vision coverage through Delta Dental of Illinois. Get a plan that fits to a T.
back with the hard work. Play of the game brought to you by Union Carpenters and Contractors, partners in building communities and supporting working families. Thievery, and then immediately taking it to the bank and cashing in is Alex Johnson.
Johnson has had a big game today, and you see the work ethic right there, going after the steal, finishing on the other end. He's got his team up comfortably 11 right now with 4 minutes left.
Largest lead of the game for East St. Louis. A chance to add to that. They've got possession. White gives it right back to Johnson. He's pushing, looking to attack. Now into the lane is Jackson. Turnaround jumper on the way, and it's true. So East St. Louis now up by 13 as we go under the 4-minute mark here in the fourth quarter.
And the freshman Jackson, I mean, we've said it, but providing some really valuable minutes and some good shot making throughout.
Harris loses his dribble. It's a turnover. East St. Louis gets 13-point lead. Biggest of the game thanks to Jackson. Look at the spin move. And there was no rush, but he didn't look rushed.
No, kept his pivot foot down, just a little spin to get his defender on the backside of him. Feels like things are kind of coming unraveled a little bit for Leo right now.
Kieran Shavers will head to the bench. Brandel Orr back into the game for the Lions.
Shavers a quiet night compared to his performance in the super sectional.
Here's Jackson crossing up Eccles to create space and get across half court. Trap comes, but he leaves it for Jones straight to the rack, and he gets hammered down low. Foul's going to be on Nate Stevens, I believe. That's his third, and it's the fifth for the team. So in the bonus from here on out.
I like him not allowing that easy layup, though. I mean, if you're going to foul someone, make sure they don't make the bucket for the and one play. Make them earn it at the free throw line.
Jones having quite the second half here. He's been impressive. Phillip Jones' second free throw on the way. It's true. The lead continues to grow. Biggest of the game for the Flyers, up 15. The Lions in the danger zone here with only 3:37 to play.
Leo on the season only allowing about 43, 44 points per game, and with 3:30 left, East St. Louis already has 48 on the board.
Harris cross to Eccles into the front court. Eccles looking to create. Harris thought about a long three instead. Step back three on the way. Short offensive rebound opportunity. Picked up by Kaiser. It's a held ball, and it's going back East St. Louis's way.
Those offensive rebounds have just been hard to come by for Leo. It looks like they're going to grab one, and then East St. Louis, the player comes in and swipes it away from them or ties them up, and the possession error goes in favor of the Flyers.
East St. Louis up 15, trying to close out a semifinal win and get to the state championship game where they would face Deerfield. After Deerfield gave Kaneland its first loss of the season in overtime thriller in game one of this 3A semifinal doubleheader. Here's Jackson working by his man, lays it up and in, gets the contact, a chance at a three-point play. Called a coming out party for Marion Jackson.
Jackson got by just a couple, 2-3 blows by both of those defenders. The third one coming over, he says, I don't care, and he's going right up and in. The contact as well, that doesn't matter. Jackson will shoot a free throw for the and one.
Chance to make an 18-point lead for East St. Louis, as Leo has been stuck on 33 for quite some time.
Marshall, you mentioned earlier that Coach Chambers for East St. Louis is an East St. Louis alum, also played baseball at UNI and in the Braves organization. And he said as we get a lane violation here.
So a second chance for Marion Jackson.
Coach Chambers said that having that professional playing experience has made him a
famous
better coach
nephew
in terms of
Keith, we
talking to his
see you,
players
boy.
about the importance of breathing, staying in the moment, not getting too high, not getting too low, those types of things.
Long rebound, Kaiser on the move. Almost traveling. Well, Not an almost. It is a travel call. And
That
Michael
foot
Lewis can't believe it, but I can believe it.
I can believe it. That foot slipped just a little bit as he tried to make a stop on a dime right there.
Leo running out of time. 17 points to make up in 2:59. Here's Jones being checked by Shavers. Gets by him. Now the trap comes and a foul's going to be called on Nate Stevens.
And we will continue to shoot free throws for East St. Louis as they're in the bonus.
So that's the fourth foul on Nate Stevens. Meanwhile, Phillip Jones, a 77% free throw shooter. Misses the first.
Jeremiah Nichols returning for the Lions.
You get the feeling that this final 2 minutes and 51 seconds could take a while.
Yeah, if we keep following, we're going to go to the free throw line, and that's going to slow the game down just a little bit. But, hey, if you're Leo, you want to do everything that you can to try and climb back in this game.
That's not going to help.
No.
Alex Johnson, the offensive rebound, kept alive momentarily, but stepping out of bounds is Jackson. Mark Chambers with a sly grin on his face. Has to love the effort he's getting out of Amarion Jackson in this game.
Oh, 1,000%. And especially at this point in the ball game, at this score, for him to be going after offensive rebounds like that, you have to love that if you're a coach.
The threes have been flying for both these teams in East St. Louis. They've been able to make the most, or on the inside as well.
Jones going to work, scoring in a couple different ways here, all in the paint, around the basket. He's been having just a phenomenal game today. The way he's able to kind of contort his body, hang in the air, and finish has been impressive.
Sorry, Kate. One of three players in double figures for East St. Louis. He has 15. Alex Johnson with 18 to lead the way. And then 10 points for Jamison White, who's also got 14 rebounds. So he's got a double-double. Meanwhile, still no one in double figures for Leo. And the scoring just stopped when we got to the fourth quarter. They've got 2 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they've really struggled to find any offensive rhythm, but I think you credit that to the defense for East St. Louis. I mean, like they're picking up three quarters court here, and the pressure's just been relentless all night long.
Now into the paint. Bold take. Can't finish, however. Harris tried to take it inside, and now Webster at the other end will reset it to Johnson. Johnson gets past his defender. Will pull it out. Time running off the clock on the Lions. Going for the help ball, but instead a foul is called on Harris. Make that Eccles that gets the call. That's his fourth foul. And back to the line, march the Flyers.
Marshall, the Flyers played a team in Texas earlier in the season, the first game of the season, and they lost to them, North Crowley, by 6. And after that, that was kind of very early in the season, but a little bit of a turning point or just a confidence booster that even though they lost, they could hang with some really good teams. And Coach Chambers has tried to put his team in as many adverse situations as possible this year. They played some teams from New Jersey, some Chicago schools, and that's paid off, getting them to this point here today.
19 points now for Johnson. Back the other way in the lane, trying to draw the foul and able to get the whistle is Kaiser there. And to your point, Kate, Mark Chambers talked about how those games set them up so that when they finally did have a tight game, because a lot of their games were blowouts all season long
they were.
here in the state of Illinois. When they finally had a tight game in the super sectional against MacArthur, they did not break. They were able to hang with it.
Won that game by 2, and you're right. That's probably the most uncomfortable that they have been throughout this entire season, especially with the season on the line in a playoff game, a win-or-go-home type situation.
First Leo player in double figures is Brian Kaiser. He's got 10 points, a chance at 11, and he does get there. So just the third and fourth points of the fourth quarter for Leo. Now, almost losing it was Jackson. Picking it up is White. If you're going to foul somebody, this would be the guy. Instead, Kaiser, and that's going to go against Stevens, but Kaiser was there with what looked like was going to be a turnover for Leo. And that's his 5th. And that means the game is over for Nate Stevens. Certainly unhappy with his performance. And a tough assignment drawing a guy that's headed to Penn State to play basketball next season.
Yeah, I mean, for anyone to try and defend Jamison White with that size and that athletic ability is tough. I thought Stevens did a really good job of just being as physical as possible with him today. But this Leo team also, Marshall, they start 5 juniors. So these players will all be back next season. And having another year under their belt playing together, the experience certainly will pay off next year as they take the floor again.
White, the only senior starter. Rashawn Watson, really the only mainstay, is a nice move on the inside for Shavers, who finally gets into the scoring column. 16-point game, 100 seconds remaining here in the 3A state semifinal. Putting it on the floor and pushing. Phillip Jones trying to create space, going up, and he gets a foul drawn, this time from Harris. And for IHSA Harris, that's his his 4th foul.
Phillip Jones in the line, shooting 2.
Phillip Jones kind of showing off those handles there, going between the legs, quick crossovers that allowed him to get a little bit of space from IHSA Harris.
6'1" junior guard, one of the top point guards in Illinois. He's their leader in assists. It's also their 2nd leading rebounder behind Jamo. Jamo being Jamison White. And averaging 7.5 assists per contest. And with this team, in normal games, not a game like this, but normal games they play against lesser competition, it's showtime for East St. Louis.
Exactly.
On many of their offensive possessions.
Which is why he's averaging nearly a double-double. And I love the fact that he's the 2nd leading rebounder, almost 5 boards per game, because that just shows how hard he plays. He's not overly small, but not the biggest guy on the floor by any means.
Eccles from a good 35 feet away drops it down. Now up ahead on the quickness, Terrion Webster climbs the ladder before Eli Henderson and company can get down there. So perhaps the exclamation point on a semifinal win, but I might have spoken too soon. Going all the way and getting fouled from behind by Eccles is Jackson. 17-point lead with under a minute to play.
Yeah, this East St. Louis team is not slowing down whatsoever. They are ready to put the exclamation point on this game.
That's a 5th foul on Eccles. So his day is done as well. Some substitutions being made now.
With a couple players from Leo already fouled out, it just goes to show the physicality that we had in this game and what it took from Leo to try and slow down some of these bigger East St. Louis players, is being physical with them and fouling them hard and not allowing them and one opportunities.
Now Eccles realizes that was his 5th foul. He'll take a walk to the bench, get some applause from the Leo faithful that made the trip from Chicago. Just a tough way to have the season come to end. The Lions believe they can make it down there. They believe they can advance to the state title game. But that realization that they'll be playing later tonight in the 3rd place game, it's sinking in. Meanwhile, East St. Louis and their fan base celebrating because they'll be playing tomorrow afternoon.
That's going to be a great game against Deerfield with the big Jake Pollock going up against Jamison White. Big on big in that championship game tomorrow.
3 on the way from Shavers. No, that time it's Johnson pulling it down. He's now got a double-double with 19 and 10. In the final minute, time running off the clock. East St. Louis happy to hold on to it and run it out. And now the East St. Louis crowd getting hyped behind the bench. Jones avoiding the 5-second call. Keeps it moving.
Yeah, the fans are into this. They love what they've seen today. Coach Chambers very pleased with his team, telling them just to hold the ball for the next couple of seconds here, running out the clock, and they'll be taking a trip to the state title game tomorrow afternoon.
Final seconds, and there's the final horn. East St. Louis, 59-40, a winner over Leo, ending the Lions season, and the Flyers head to the state title game in 3A, where they will face Deerfield in what should be a terrific matchup. The Play of the Game brought to you by Menard. Save big money on all your home improvement needs. Jamison White showing you why he's headed to a Power 4 school, gets behind the defense, and drops down the hammer. It's our Menard's Play of the Game.
Great performance today from Jamison White. Great performance today from Phillip Jones, Alex Johnson, and Jackson, especially off the bench.
Alex Johnson, 19 points, 10 rebounds, and an interview with our Kalia Butler. He's our player of the game, brought to you by Country Financial. Visit countryfinancial.com to experience more today. Kalia?
Alex, 19 points and 9 rebounds for you today. What was your mentality going into this game?
My mentality was getting a win and go to the next game. I know that was as bad as my senior year, and I really just want to win and go out with a ring. So I did everything I got, and I got one more, so I'm going to do it again.
What's going to be the most important factor for this team going into the championship game?
Defense and rebounds. Offense going to be there, but I really got defense win games. So we lock down our defense, we're going to win.
Alex, thank you and congrats.
Thank you.
Marshall, back to you.
Thank you, Kalia. Final score brought to you by the YMCA. The dream starts here, and it continues for East St. Louis. They fly into the title game, 59-40, a win over Leo. Leo will play in the third place game later on tonight against Canelan. East St. Louis, the faithful, not disappointed in what was brought to the table by Johnson and company. A colorful win over the Lions. After a timeout, we'll be back in Chicago, in the studio, getting you ready for the 4A game. Assad, Leo the Lion.
Appreciate y'all, man, for Fly Nation. What up? Appreciate y'all for watching the game with me, dog. Y'all already know we gonna be back tomorrow here over at 618C's World Reacts on YouTube. If you need to follow me on Facebook, I am the struggling YouTuber. Man, I appreciate all of y'all. If you want to donate to the channel, there you go. That's the Cash App. Hit me up on 618C's. I'll see y'all tomorrow. If y'all want the games for the later on games, the 4A games, let me know. If you want the 4A games, hit me up on Facebook at Struggling YouTube, and I will play the 4A games if you want me to tonight. Just let me know. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Soon as I get the time, I post it in Facebook in the community, and I post it on YouTube in the community soon as I find out what time. All right, man, I'm out. I am the struggling YouTuber. I am 618C's. I love y'all. 89 blocks for life. I see y'all in about an hour.